Every morning, while millions of people are still asleep, a few people are already awake. The streets are silent, the world is calm, no notifications, no noise, no pressure, just silence, and inside that silence, lives a secret that changed ordinary people into extraordinary ones. A secret that transformed struggling students into achievers, dreamers into creators, and tired people into focused, disciplined individuals. And strangely enough, it all begins at 5 a.m. But this story is not really about waking up early. It's about becoming someone new. 3 years ago, a young man named Adam felt completely lost. From the outside, his life looked normal. He had entertainment, a smartphone, a comfortable room, and big dreams. But deep inside, he felt stuck. Every day looked the same. Wake up late, rush through the day, waste hours scrolling endlessly, promise himself tomorrow would be different, and then repeat everything again. He wanted success, he wanted discipline, he wanted purpose, but wanting something, and becoming someone, are two very different things. One night, after wasting another entire day online, Adam stared at the ceiling and asked himself a painful question. Why do some people change their lives, while others stay trapped forever? That question stayed in his mind. So he started studying successful people, athletes, writers, entrepreneurs, artists, and he noticed something strange. Many of them protected their mornings. Not because mornings were magical, but because mornings were powerful. Before sunrise, the world has not yet stolen your attention. Nobody is demanding your energy. Nobody is distracting your mind. Nobody is flooding your brain with noise. At 5 a.m., your mind belongs to you. And that changes everything. The next night, Adam made a simple promise. Tomorrow, he would wake up at 5 a.m. But when the alarm rang the next morning, reality hit hard. The room was cold, his body felt heavy, and his mind whispered excuses. Sleep more, start tomorrow, you deserve rest. And honestly, those excuses sounded reasonable. Most people think success is destroyed by giant failures. But the truth is much scarier. Lives are destroyed quietly, by tiny excuses repeated every single day. Adam almost gave up right there. But then he remembered something important. If I can't defeat a pillow, how will I ever defeat bigger problems? So slowly, painfully, he stood up. And that single moment changed the direction of his life. The first week was terrible. He felt tired, sleepy, irritated. Nothing felt inspiring. There was no dramatic transformation. No motivational movie moment, just silence. But then something unexpected happened. His mind became clearer. Without constant distractions, he could finally hear himself think. He started reading books, writing ideas down, planning goals, exercising, learning new skills, tiny actions. But tiny actions repeated every morning become massive changes over time. That's the secret nobody talks about. Your future is not built in one giant moment. It is built in small invisible habits. And mornings are where those habits are born. Imagine two people, both have dreams, both want success, both have talent, but one person wakes up and immediately enters chaos. Notifications, stress, distractions, noise. The other person wakes up before the world. They think, learn, train, focus, grow. Now imagine this difference repeated every day for 5 years. The gap becomes enormous, not because one person was smarter, but because one person controlled their mornings, while the other lost them. Throughout history, many successful people understood this deeply. Writers used early mornings to create masterpieces. Athletes used mornings to sharpen discipline. Inventors used silence to think clearly. Because the morning is not just a time. It is a psychological advantage. When you wake up early and keep a promise to yourself, something powerful happens inside your mind. You begin trusting yourself, and self-trust changes everything. Most people today are not physically weak. They are mentally exhausted. Constant entertainment has trained their brains to avoid discomfort. The moment life becomes difficult, they escape. Into scrolling, into distraction, into endless consumption. But waking up early teaches something modern life rarely teaches anymore. Discomfort is not your enemy. It is your training ground. One rainy morning, Adam realized something strange. He no longer hated mornings. He started loving them, because mornings became proof that he was changing. The old Adam chased comfort. The new Adam chased growth. And growth always begins when comfort ends. That is why the 5 a.m. secret is not really about time. It is about identity. Every morning you wake up early, you vote for the person you want to become. Disciplined, focused, calm, strong. One vote may seem small, but thousands of tiny votes shape your entire future. Months passed, and slowly, Adam's life transformed. Not overnight, not magically, but visibly. His mind became sharper, his body became healthier, his confidence grew. For the first time in years, he felt in control of himself. And that feeling is priceless. Because the greatest victory in life is not defeating others. It is mastering yourself. Most people spend their lives reacting. Reacting to messages, reacting to pressure, reacting to emergencies. But early mornings allow you to live intentionally. Instead of starting your day with chaos, you start with clarity. And clarity creates direction. 1 extra hour every morning may not seem important today. But over years, that becomes thousands of hours. Thousands of hours of reading, learning, thinking, improving, creating. That is how ordinary people become extraordinary. Not through luck, but through consistent invisible effort. Tomorrow morning, your alarm will ring again. And in that tiny moment, 2 versions of you will exist. One chooses comfort, the other chooses growth. One stays asleep, the other gets up and fights for a better future. And nobody else can make that decision for you. That is the hidden power of the 5 a.m. secret. It is not about impressing others. It is about proving something to yourself. That you are capable of discipline, capable of change, capable of becoming more. Because success is rarely built in loud moments. It is built in quiet mornings. One sunrise at a time. The alarm will ring. The question is, who will you become when it does?